Theo's favorite team right now.
Arkansas.
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 Yeah, y'all
Started
Arkansas
out
right now.
number 18 in the country.
Yep.
Remember, this is the beginning of the season. Now they're unranked. 11-7, 0-5 in SEC. On obviously a 5-game losing streak. And let's open this conversation up. Is this on Cal? Is this the talent? What's the thoughts?
100% on Kyle.
They got talent.
This on Kyle.
Man,
They got some guys.
They're gonna give that man one more year.
They got some guys.
He gonna get fired.
This is on Kyle.
He gonna get one more year.
He has one more year. I swear, bro.
The narrative is following him. They trying to say he can't coach.
Yes.
So
If it did, and it's proven. Listen, bro, and this might have been the worst year for him to go to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Because how good the SEC is. He does not have them playing good basketball at all. Bro, to get beat like that at home, those are one of the ones, like, we were a part of a game. We would, like, were you in college? Have you ever been a part of a game where, like, put a coach out, like, got a coach fired?
yeah,
Who was that for y'all?
we beat Virginia by 65
Damn.
in Virginia.
Boy.
Virginia?
Whoa, wait,
He got fired.
65?
He got fired the next morning.
As he should.
I ain't gonna hold you. He had to go.
He had to.
We beat them by
65 is insane.
In college.
in Virginia. In Virginia.
Oh my!
60.
In
How many
John-
points they scored?
I don't remember. We beat the dog breaks off them.
So you remember we played Jesus. Oh my
Five.
God. He
Yeah.
probably don't have a job to this day.
Yeah, I think he might be
I ain't
watching
seen
the
him
pod
since.
right now.
Yeah, he probably like he talking about me.
Sorry, coach.
But you remember we played I think it was Godfrey at NC State.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember if we had beat them at State, he was getting fired. And we beat him. That's a game that puts Kyle on the hot seat. I don't care that it's his first year. I don't care what his record has been or his resume has been. That's a bad loss. To get whooped like that.
It's his first year though, so they're gonna give him a chance.
But
Yeah,
he get-
he for sure gonna get a chance. But my thing is, do you give him much? Yes, he's gonna get one more year, but they gave him a lot of money to bring these guys in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The talent's there because you bought all these guys. You brought all these guys here because this was gonna be a good basketball team. They didn't bring Kyle there to develop. That's why I agree with you. You're gonna have one more year, be like, okay, this team just didn't work out. Next year, you got to come with it, my guy. You got to come with it. Not even just for the school, for your legacy, bro. I think for his legacy, he has to have a good year next year. This
Absolutely.
year's cooked. That team don't think they can win.
I think it's just it's a little more complex. I think if you really start to look at it, right? Number one, SEC we talk about is absolutely insane. So but at the same time, he goes to Arkansas and he's got talent. Like he's got some players. Boogie Flan is a problem. He brought over what's his name?
Johnny Davis. Ain't that his name?
Johnny Davis, DJ Wagner. Like he's got talent, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at his career, and this is where the argument of what are we holding him, like what are we holding him, like what's the standard for him, right? Like, so when he went to Kentucky, he went to the Final Four the first 4 out of 6 years, and that was also the stretch where he won it in 2012, right? So that was a while back. He hasn't been back to a Final Four since 2015, right?
It's
So
almost 10 years. No, that is 10 years.
going on 10
11.
years. So
Going on
depending on what you're considering success, in my opinion, if you're one of the top, and I would love to go back and look, if you're considered, like the Coach K's and Coach Williams and Bill Self and like those type of guys, right? I would say within a 10-year period, they at least make the Final Four once,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no,
So
PJ
Even Jim
Washington.
Boeheim. He
Yeah.
always
Jim
always
Boeheim.
got Syracuse in the Final Four somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So he's not doing that. Okay. So we already talk about he's not, or he puts guys into the league. Well, he puts guys that are maybe already prepared and already ready to go to the league.
And that's the thing,
But
bro.
to his credit, he gets like they go there because they know it can be a pit stop for them to go and then
Yep.
go to the NBA. So you got to give him credit on that. But when I look at this team in Arkansas, like once again, they've got everything you need. Like if North Carolina were to have one of these bigs that they have,
It's over.
North Carolina is top 10 in the country. And
Easy.
we're not talking
Easy.
about any of the struggles that they're having right now,
Easy.
right? And they've got two of them, right? So then you've got
one
all
came from Missouri.
yes. Then you've got a point guard play, which Ray, you know how important that is. Obviously, you being a PG, like you've got multiple guys that can play point guard for you. Boogie, Wagner, what you said, Davis that's been in college for a while, and then you've got athletic wings, athletic fours. Like you've got all the pieces that you need. So then you start to look and okay, maybe the players aren't gelling the way they need to be, but why aren't they having the success? And I mean, you have to point back to Cal, and you have to point to, is he not putting these guys in the right situations? Is he not, what is it that, but like you said, it's just bad ball when I watch Arkansas. It's just nasty. Like,
you know what makes it worse for him too, Jax? Kentucky's balling. And Kentucky's doing things with less talent.
100%.
Sometimes less
talent.
name talent.
Sometimes less
Like
talent is more.
For sure, but the names aren't as big. But it's like everything is sped up now because of NIL, right? If it was back in the day and Cal just got to Arkansas and just had a team he just had to just work with, then yeah, they'd be like, all right, we'll give you 3 to 4 years to figure this shit out. Now, bro, you brought all these guys in here. Why is Mark Pope successful? Why is he winning with that crew, right? So bro, I'm telling you, he's in trouble. He is in trouble because the SEC ain't gonna do nothing but get better.
And every year he's there, he makes more money.
He makes more money.
He's 7 years base and $500,000 each boy every year he's there.
And then I'll tell you another thing, just as fast as they bought you in that month, they buy you right out. They buy you right out. Why would you? You kind of hate it for him. Like, has it always been that?
He's had a lot of good teams in Kentucky.
He's had a lot of.
He should have more.
teams.
He definitely should have more championships.
He should at least 3.
Not even champ, bro. He
should have more championships.
He should have more championships.
He should have,
He should have more
3.
championships.
You can't lose with that platoon system.
Yeah.
there's no way you should lose
You
ever,
can't lose with that team.
ever.
You can't lose
I mean,
with that team. I don't.
and
care
looking
who
at
you
their
play.
schedule, I mean, it's not, it's not getting any easier. Like the next two, you play Georgia, then you play Oklahoma, and then the first game in February that you have is against Kentucky.
If they look, where it?
It's, it is. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. It's at Kentucky.
It's over with.
He lose
If
that
he go-
one.
But if he goes,
So you could start off.
If he go
0-8 in
if
SEC.
he doesn't have a win,
he got to beat Oklahoma.
he has to get that one.
He has to get that one.
He has to get Oklahoma, and if he goes into Kentucky over and then lose that one also,
He might not make it through the season.
Jax.
He might
Yeah,
not
if we're
make
talking about his career,
His
low key, they got to
legacy's-
win the next two.
His legacy would.
He got to win all 3, but just saying as far as legacy wise, he got to
As far
win.
as he's my thing is, do we look? It's to the point where like, yo, Coach Cal is an elite recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you
That's
say
the
he is.
conversation. That's
Coach
the
Cal is a
conversation.
really good recruiter.
Mm-hmm. For the longest time, he was.
But
You could
he's
probably say
not
he
a
was
top-
the best recruiter.
Yeah, but he's not a top 10 coach.
No.
He's not Coach.
If that's the
Williams.
outcome.
He's not Coach Krzyzewski. He's not Jim Boeheim. He's not. What's the coach?
Shit,
John Calhoun.
Yeah.
Jim Calhoun.
Jim
Calhoun,
Calhoun.
yeah.
Jim Calhoun. He's not
Jay
those
Wright.
guys.
Shit, Izzo.
He's not Jay Wright. He's not Tom Izzo. He's not he's not up there with those guys, and he should be.
Yeah.
With the talent that you brought in, you should be up there.
He's not on what you call it either. What's the coach at St. John's now?
Rick Pitino. You're not Rick
Pitino.
Pitino.
Not Rick
Yeah.
Pitino.
Rick Pitino, better coach. And that's crazy because like you look at his resume and the guys that he's brought in, that should not be the case.
Shouldn't
and
happen.
now him changing schools, which I said when he lost, he was getting fired.
You did say that.
I said he was
You
getting
did
fired.
call that.
But it's one of those things, bro. It has put a magnifying glass, and the way he does these interviews are kind of like weird. He deflects a little bit.
He deflects, but there's also he deflects, and it makes you feel like it's just not
That
as
series
important to him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like when I
watch
watched it, I'm like, bro, like y'all have lost 5 in a row in SEC play. Like,
I think he goated.
I think
What
he
do you
really do
mean?
think he goated.
I mean,
You know?
because it's like,
Like-
you understand. He before he left Kentucky, he had a lifetime contract.
yeah,
Like to get almost fired from a lifetime contract, you understand? Like that's insane. Only person,
That's crazy.
Only other person who has that, 2 people, is Self and Coach K. They were the only ones who had that.
What do you view him as a coach,
Who?
Kyle?
I think he's decent.
Oh,
I think he's decent, but at the same time, he has to show he can win in Arkansas. He has to.
If he does that,
Yeah.
if he takes Arkansas to be a contender and compete and do what he did at Kentucky and hit a Final, I think he got to get to a
You gotta
Final
get to
Four.
Final Four.
Oh yeah, I mean it's over with this year.
If he does, no, it's curtains this
Next
year.
year he
But like,
got
if he does something like that, then yeah, maybe his legacy changes. But like right now, it's
It's looking real grim.
looking real bad, bro.
it's not looking great. I'll tell
Oh
you
yeah,
that.
Memphis was.
I mean, that's how he got his name,
Memphis,
though.
that's how he got his name.
Yeah.
But then he went to Kentucky. He's always been a good recruiter.
But that's
You have to do something with that talent, bro. You have to be able to do something with that. If you give Jay Wright that talent,
They're cooking.
Yeah.
oh my God.